when a person is becoming, they are evolving.
Right.
Becoming and evolving, ing, that is movement. That's forwardness.
Right.
So when a person was in drive, I'm trying to tell you, if you run and jump on top of a car when it's parked, that's one thing. But if you run and try to jump on top of a car when it's in drive, even 10 miles per hour, that velocity when it hits you is gonna feel different because that thing is in different motion, right? So I don't know what that individual, what season that they're in. I don't know where they're going next. I don't know where they're at. I just know that when we had that exchange, they were doing something that they are called to do. They're doing something that they're called to do, and they're naturally doing it well.
Right.
So when you're in your prime element, you have to be don't be offensive when someone is in their prime element and they can't stop to feed what you need to be fed at.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today.
Yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Once again, it's your host, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. Joined together once again with my co-host, my brother from another mother. Man, y'all give it up for Alexander Hall.
Yo, what's going on?
What's happening?
What's good?
It's cold Florida weather.
I'm trying to make sure my ear straight, man. Yeah, I'm good though, man. We sliding through the week, man. You already know.
Literally.
Facts.
Yeah.
Ice everywhere.
Ice everywhere, yeah. I know what? I like it though. It's pretty cool. Like, even though it is cold, it's slowing things down. Like people are starting to slow down. They spend more time with their family. You know what I'm saying?
Like when he's stepping out,
He got no choice.
Come on, y'all. It's only for a couple weeks.
That's what's up. Man, y'all know what it is, man. My brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonder.
What's happening, Nation? You already know, bro. We working and ducking. That's it.
Man, Isha showed me a picture. Mother-in-law sent her, and they forgot. I guess they forgot to the time on the sprinklers were in her community. And forgot to shut it off, so shooting wood everywhere.
Ooh,
man, ice was all in the trees, looking like icicles.
Yeah.
It was pretty though. It was like crystals hanging from the tree.
Yeah, somebody had did that down the street from the church.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot. It is pretty. I can't even cap.
Yeah. It was. I was like, they kind of dope though.
Gonna get an artistic picture in.
Yeah, but
frame it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, shoot. I was talking to the fellas today, and man, they were talking about, well, shoot, man, it's colder. Believe it or not, it's colder in Florida than it is anywhere else right now. I say, for real? They were like, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Make that make sense.
Yeah, I talked to Rain yesterday. He said that it rained a little bit in Savannah. It rained. Snowed a little bit.
Yeah.
He said that a little bit of snow. So okay.
Yeah.
One of the ushers at our church, he showed a picture of his brother's spot in Buffalo, New York. That's a wrap, bro. I'm talking about easy 3 inches of snow.
Yeah.
On top of more what was there before. So it's like, oh man, I couldn't live up there.
Nah, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Nah,
Car covered.
when I got into it the first morning, it was cold, and I ain't realize I was on the car till I got in the car. Because you always do the windshield wipers and clear mode. I heard that. I was like, oh shoot! Like, get out the car, straight the window. This ain't normal for us Floridians.
Not at all. And this is what the actual second year of a little coldness.
Nah.
You know, it be summer all year round. Usually,
man.
This time I'm like, hey,
man, boy. Yeah, man, we gonna slide right into the night episode, man. We actually, y'all know, Blueprint Nation. Don't forget, man, we always pre-record, and so by the time this is aired, the Super Bowl gonna be done hit, and so a topic what we gonna be talking about tonight, man, is kind of hitting in that vein a little bit. So we're gonna be talking about offensive interference a little bit on tonight. So it ain't really talking about blame or anything like that, but it's about making adjustments, man. The new year done came in, and we always say, new commitments, new priorities, and things of that nature. So it's really not, blaming anything or anybody, but at the end of the day, it's about taking accountability and making the adjustments that need. So don't allow offense, whether it comes from something somebody did to you or your personal intake. Don't let offense keep you from accomplishing what needs to be done in 2026. So, in football, it's offensive interference actually happens when a player on your own team blocks the play illegally, and it costs yards, momentum, and sometimes the game. You're on the right team. You got the talent. You have the goal, but something something that you're doing is quietly pushing you backwards. Have you ever been moving full speed towards something and then realized you were the reason that it stalled? I watched a couple plays sometimes. Usually there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on. Sometimes the referee will let you kind of slide because it's kind of going on both ways. But sometimes it's like little tricks and stuff that they do to kind of like hide, the little push or the little nudge that they might give to this cause a little separation. Sometimes you throw the ball up in the air, the receiver go up and get it. He extend that hand out just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Referee throw the flag, offensive pass interference. And then it begins to stall the play. It stalls the drive. It stops the momentum. And then next thing you know, you're going backwards. So that's what we don't want to do in 2026. So don't let offense, stop you. If somebody offends you or you offend somebody, make the adjustment, make it right. And keep the play going. So we're gonna kind of hit that. I'm gonna alley-oop this up to Alexander. He kind of the captain of this ship tonight. So the idea came from him tonight. So we're gonna take it and run with it. And so I'm gonna go in the alley-oop up to my boy and let him go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, so I'm just, the reason why I brought this up is because everybody is, I feel like there's a I want to say like a shift or a promotion going on. Like people who the ones who have been complacent or whether on purpose or by default, the ones who has been grinding, trying to figure it out. Now guys like, okay, I'm finna promote some of my people.
Yeah.
Right. So like I was somewhere a couple days ago and I was with Grove. So I'm in there, I'm moving around, and I see somebody who I know, and like I go up to try to speak to them. Now they are speaking to people, right? They're speaking to people, so they got like a line of people. Everybody's around by the crowd. It was an event, you know what I'm saying? So when I go to speak to them, they look at me and then like they look at me and then they go the opposite direction to keep continuing speaking and stuff like that. So
what had happened was
so I of course you see that and you shelf it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because you don't know what that is, you don't know what's going on. You know what you see, you know how you felt, but what you see and what you felt doesn't mean that that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, but what you saw and what you felt, if that thing wasn't present, you wouldn't have saw it and you wouldn't have felt it.
Right.
Right.
Let's be
Right.
real about it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
So after I took a couple of days to take my hand and take it off the shelf and deal with that whole scene, analyze it,
Process
it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I said, okay, what I'm not going to do, I am not going to let someone's offense offend me. Because when a person is becoming, they are evolving.
Right.
Becoming and evolving, ing, that is movement. That's forwardness. Right. So when a person was in drive, I'm trying to tell you, if you run and jump on top of a car when it's parked, that's one thing. But if you run and try to jump over top of a car when it's in drive, even 10 miles per hour, that velocity when it hits you is gonna feel different because that thing is in different motion, right? So I don't know what that individual, what season that they're in. I don't know where they're going next. I don't know where they're at. I just know that when we had that exchange, they were doing something that they are called to do. They're doing something that they're called to do, and they're naturally doing it well.
Right.
So when you're in your prime element, you have to be don't be offensive when someone is in their prime element and they can't stop to feed what you need to be fed at the moment.
Right. That's good.
Because the people who he were talking to, maybe they needed maybe they needed him more than me just saying what's up. You know what I'm saying? But when you are in movement and when you are en route, acknowledgement goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? So when you're playing offense and you're doing your thing, how you integrate with the people on your team means everything. You have star players, they do their thing on the field, but when it comes to their teammates, they're sucky.
Right.
And now you got all this talent, but your talent cannot be showcased because in order for you to shine, you need a system to shine within. And that system is called a team. And you can't be placed there because you do not know how to integrate yourself with the people around you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Yeah. I definitely want to add on to that because I had 2 scenarios about 2 years ago. Yeah. And even with the offense of that, not understanding what's going on with the individual who may be, you know what I'm saying, running the plays. But there's another type of offense that can also make you look crazy. So there was, I'll word it like this. So on this separate occasion, there was a big artist. I was in line. So we were just pretty much chopping it up, talking. I got my photo, but there was another dude, so excited. You could tell, huge fan. He just cut in front of me. He'd be like, hey, man, I love you, dog. Da, 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 da. And I was just like, in my head, I'm like, bro, I know you see this. But I played it cool. I just like, I pretty much, I ain't even get really a chance to chop it up with him. He just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what, bro? In my head, that was foul, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you have that because you're excited right now. You know what I'm saying? You might not get this chance again. So I was like, I understood that. So I was just like, all right, cool. I said, bro. But like you say, when acknowledgement, and he looked at me like, so we was on the same page. That's all I need. I said, bro, you ain't gonna say nothing? In my head, you ain't gonna say nothing? But the eye contact said everything, so I was cool. Yeah. So it's just like, that could have went south real bad, real quick. Now, the other instance, this is to the point where people feel like they can play with your intelligence. And it's easy to get offensive about it because, I know what you think I don't know, but I know. I can read. So there was this instance. This was a huge person that was behind the scenes that can get your videos played on a large network that can like really get the reach that you're looking for. So after she was like, yeah, if you need assistance, anything, you can come over, help, blah, 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 blah. We'll talk. Let's see what we can do. All right, I go. I'm waiting. I'm trying to talk with the person. She see me, I see her. Then she moved to the other side of the room. I said, okay. I'm a mental, like you said, put on the shelf, mental note.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go where you going. So I go over there. She's talking with other people, and that was, you know what I'm saying, coming because it was like 2 separate lines. She buck and go over here. I'm like, oh, in my head, no, we're not finna do this. Like you're not finna be disrespecting me, and you know I need to talk to you because I need information and try to get some type of contact. Next thing you know, she go in the huddle with the girls and she's talking and I like, okay, yeah, you blatantly ignore me. I said, I ain't got time for this. I said, I just left it alone because it can have you look crazy in front of people that don't know you and can get a bad view of you because of reaction. You know what I'm saying? So I had to play it cool. I said, bet. I just had to take a mental note. And sometimes you have to be careful and aware of that type of offense too, because it can have you out here in the streets looking crazy and it can give you a bad taste in other people's mouth who have yet to meet you. And so, in the other people that was in the group, one of the artists you'll know, we could talk off camera, but and so they were cool with each other, but you could just sense a weirdness because you know when you see cliques and you see people who are familiar with each other, but if you're not in this space, you're nobody. And I remember that moment, God reminded me, walk in the space like you belong. And I just knew for the fact we just not meant to connect. But I'll get it later. It ain't pressing to get it now. It ain't worth my character. It's not worth how people view me as and who they know me to be. So I don't need anything to get out there that's looking crazy that can ban me from possible other events because that was tied to a huge award show. So it's not easy because in some instances you gotta bite your tongue, you gotta shut it down. But in other instances, you got to recognize your self-awareness and what you need, and if you're not getting that, then you got to understand that you shouldn't take offense because you're not delivering or giving what they've been asking you time after time after time after time. So now they have to move a certain way. But I'll never forget that. I was just like, oh Lord,
you know what you
Jesus.
and bro, here's the thing. The thing
It was
is,
that time I almost had to get talked off the ledge.
the thing is, you never forget it.
You don't,
because, like, I like to say, you got to keep your room tidy, right? So what I mean by that is, when you go in someone's room, they got shelves. Everybody has shelves in their mind and their heart where they have been offended or have offended somebody. But it's not that you don't have those things there, but how is that thing sitting on the shelf though? Like, did you go back and sift those thoughts? Did you go back and sift those emotions? Did you go back? Did you talk to God about it? Did you try to analyze it? Did you analyze where you were at the time? Did you read the room at the time? Like, do you like, you know what I mean? So you have to make sure that you go back and fold everything straight and deal with that stuff. So when you go back to reach and grab it and deal with that stuff, so you like I just said earlier, so you're able to speak to somebody about what you feel without throwing at somebody with your feelings. It's two different things. Talking to you, we talk all the time about how we feel. Sometimes it's just regular stuff, sometimes it's touchy stuff. But you can't get through to a person clearly, or you can't communicate precisely if you're skydiving from your emotions every time.
right?
You just run here just in the air, just
skydiving out of your mouth.
Ain't got no parachute.
Got no parachute.
Just falling. Just you know what I'm saying? You don't get nowhere like that. Nobody is safe when you just run here jumping off the cliff with your emotions. Nobody is safe. You know what I mean?
That's real, bro. Because you can get tied into being offended of the offense. You know what I'm saying? Like you be like, what? And now you feel offended. Like you have to even guard that moment because it's a lot of layers to that.
You have to be mindful because, like you said, you don't want to bleed over people in the wrong situation because you didn't read the room correctly.
Right.
You know, and I've been on both ends of the spectrum, and just recalling when I was telling y'all about to share with the nation is just you know, with me, you know, my role in ministry and stuff like that is kind of where I'm all over the place because I'm making sure things get done or whatnot. So
Right.
and so Pastor was like, yeah, you know, yeah, he thought you was stuck up, man. I'm like, stuck up. It's like, yeah, so he came to the church, like, you know, like, man, Mike, you got to speak, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, make sure this ran, make sure that ran, make sure everybody on the queue, whatever need to be done, you know. So I'm like, and so he said he came back. He said, man, he came back to me. He said, man, he had to apologize. I said, huh? He said, yeah. He said, man, that's my bad. He said, man, because once he kept coming, oh, he the dude that's making sure everything run all right. Oh, so now I get it. Because I felt that was something, you know what I'm saying? About the same thing before. The same thing happened to me. Like, man, boy, you can't speak. But because I can be looking at you and not looking at you. Because my mind is on the next task.
Yeah.
Or something I got to do or whatever my mind on. And you be like, and I don't say nothing, and I be turned around and left. You be like, nah, he just dismissed me like that.
Right,
And
yeah,
it wasn't that. It's just I was in go mode, and then you got to be mine. Because one thing I thought I had to think about it a while back, because get in my frustration and trying to build certain things, handle things off to people that wasn't getting the job done, and so you know, and so it's like, man, and then that's when it hit me when people used to say, if you want something done, give it to busy people, give it to somebody that's busy. I understood why, because they're always moving. Right. They always success. They ain't successful for no reason because they know how to get stuff done. And I'm like, man, because in my mind, I'm trying not to give them more than what they're already doing because they're already doing, but they're doing it because they get stuff done. And then I had to understand that, and that's when they kind of made some things live. And so, you know what I'm saying? It's just like when you own the team and you're the one that's running the play and the ball supposed to be coming to you, and you run offensive pass interference because of the situation, because you didn't get the space that you needed.
Yeah.
And so therefore you extend a little bit too much, and therefore it costs you a penalty. And so we have to be careful and be mindful when you're trying to make space for yourself in other areas, business, relationship.
That's good.
You know, things of that nature. You know, the flag comes out because you didn't extend grace properly. You didn't extend love properly. You didn't extend. You know, I'm doing a paper right now. We're working on a persuasive paper for college, and I'm actually writing on, you know, stuff dealing with college sports and stuff like that. They gave us a list of topics that we can write on, and so we had to write like these little. We have these like he'll help assign us like questions and stuff to kind of help like jog like what we're gonna write about, like brainstorming
and how to format it.
Brainstorming and stuff like that, right? So one of the questions was about perception.
Okay.
And the question was, is perception reality?
That's
key.
Okay.
So here's the crazy part though. Like my peers and my classmate, right? But we getting into it. Like, and I'm not talking about the bad way, but we just having some good dialogue, right? Yeah. So when I read the question, the first thing that comes to my mind was the picture that I downloaded from. I didn't download it from Facebook, but I remembered it from Facebook. But I Googled it and I found a picture online. And so it was a picture, we talked about it before, where you got the two dudes arguing at each other, and it's a number in between them. On one side, it looked like a 6, and on the other side, it looked like a 9. But they both right, because from the point that they're standing from,
that's what it is.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so I put that in as an attachment, and then I began to do my dialogue about how I believe that perception is reality, because what you perceive to be true is true, even if it's not. Because and it also stems from what you believe and also what you've experienced. You know, things that you were taught, your upbringing, your culture, all that stuff. It has an impact on your perception, right? And so I began to talk about all of that stuff. And how you know, then people's chiming in is like, yeah, man, I agree with that, man, because your belief in your experience, it does shape your perception. So it's like if you believe people are hating on you, then guess what? That's gonna be your perception walking in the room, that people hating on you, and they might not be hating on you. So you know, it may be in my mind, it's going to mine in a minute. So if y'all got something, chime in.
No,
But
I got you.
The best man, everybody was Lance the dude.
Yep.
And then here comes little old Mia. I know you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the truth of the matter is, you cut too hard. Your knees ain't gonna last. And if you do this, you can do this. And then she started
to the point.
She went straight to the point, and he was like, "Oh," because everybody lands. So people may not be hating. Look at what they're saying. It may be you playing your foot too hard. Your knees ain't gonna last, so your career ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? That might be the little Mia Eli just telling you, listen, man, you great. But hey, if you did this right here, you could be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody touch you, really touch you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like looking at all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so and I was it was this one particular lady that I loved her post, and she wrote something about perception in a sense to where something about objective truth. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, objective truth. Oh, okay, let me get dictionary out. So I'm looking up objective truth, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, mm-hmm. I got you. I see where you're coming from. Because in my mind, it's like, because she's like, well, not her. It was a dude. I'm sorry, it was a dude. But she kind of helped me understand where the dude was coming from. Because mm-hmm. the dude was like, well, I kind of partially agree with what you're saying. And then he kind of went off into this analytical, not tangent, but tangent is the one word that's coming to me. Right. So I'm like, it ain't that deep, brother. It's like, how can you not see what I'm saying? But then when I had the conversation with the other lady, mm-hmm. and she broke it down. She gracefully helped me to understand where the other dude was coming from because of how she explained it through objective truth. Because I'm like, well, yeah, because somebody had to draw that number.
Yeah.
And for it to be an objective truth, if I drew it as a 6, that explains objective truth because that was a 6. Mm-hmm. So, but you're looking at it as a 9 because of the viewpoint and the angle that you're looking at it from. But I initially drew it as a 6, so it's a 6. But you're like, no, it's a 9. Well, from your viewpoint, it's a 9. So she helped me understand what he was talking about because he was like basically saying, well, somebody got to be right because it had to start off at a number somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So mm-hmm. It was like,
yeah.
So I was like, oh. So now when you're looking at, offense, then you have to be able to step back and not allow, that mental barrier to block you from getting to the end zone.
Right.
Because what happens is, for those that have played sports, and then, this is an analogy, but they always say it next play. So if you focus on the fact that, man, I just had a touchdown call back because I got flagged for offensive pass interference, and the team still needs you because there's still 2 quarters left in the game. Mm-hmm. Your family still needs you because you still got to provide for your household. Your family still needs you because you still can't mentally check out because of things that need to be done. So at the end of the day, you got to line back up and then make the adjustment and then run the play accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
Sometimes certain situations like that don't even give you time to be offended. You just gotta be quick to withdraw and be like, you know what, I missed that. Let me go. We'll get back to how I know what I'm capable of and the plays I know I can make. Because if you be stuck on, oh man, what I didn't do, you will never push forward. You will never move forward. You will be stuck. Just like how you say, you running fast and then you realize you're the same person that was running, stopped, and stalled. It's no different. It's like cutting on a post. You know what I'm saying? Audible. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I love this topic because it gives not only 2 perspectives, and could this be like one of the things they said where 2 things could be true at the same time with the 6 and the 9?
Oh, we talked about that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, bro. When I say we had some dialogue because I was waiting to see
Hold on.
how many would actually respond because when I knew that picture was gonna draw some attention.
See, okay, so this might be an Andrew's advocate. I don't know, but in order to get to the truth, this crazy what I'm gonna say. I think it's crazy. In order to get to the truth, you have to ask the right questions to the right person. Because, okay, you say it's a 6, you say it's a 9. Let's go to the person who drew it. What did you draw? So we're not talking about what y'all see right now.
Right.
But what it is.
Let's get to the root. Let's
get to the root.
Right.
Let's get to the root.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So depending on what did you draw? Did you draw 6 and did you mean to be a 6? Now after then, whatever y'all see, then that's what y'all see. Then from this angle, it looks like a 9 to you. So you're seeing the 9. This angle, you're seeing the 6. You're seeing the 6 because it's actually a 6 for 1.
Right.
And you're seeing the 6 also because of where you're standing for 2. You're seeing the 9 because of where you're standing.
Yeah.
But it's actually a 6. So in order to bypass all that, you gotta get to the root. We gotta paper trail and get to the root of the matter. What's going on? What's really going on? And depending on what's really going on, it has an effect on how and what you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It do.
Yeah.
It really do.
It does. So that's why you really gotta you gotta really look at the situation. Number one, to look at, okay, why did that offend me?
Right.
Was there an open wound somewhere that never got closed up? You know what I'm saying? You know, was there a trigger there that you never dealt with? You know, was there a mental barrier or a mental block, happened where you thought you was free from something and it's creeping back around and you realize that you're still tied up, you're still entangled with that situation.
When I tell you the space we in, you have to constantly check yourself. You have to you got to have crocodile and alligator and leather and pleather all together in one in the space we're in, because when you look at and view a person a certain way, and then when you actually meet them and you see the opposite of that, that can really mess with your mental, your psyche. And so there's been, I can even say this with a certain artist that I've not only seen but actually built with. But it's like, if I was to text or call, can't get him on the phone at all. But if we see each other, it's like everything cool. And in that moment, that's why I realized I have to continually not only draw back, but to continually process with the right lens. Because if I don't, I can allow that to make me bitter. And then it can spill over into other things. And it can make me just draw from any or everybody in general.
Yeah.
And so you have to be careful of that as well. So it's just like through the years, having to not only guard my heart, but I still have to be on the offense in the midst of guarding my heart. And that is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
Because you're going to constantly run into that person. So you won't know until you actually run into them that it's actually healed.
Bruh, I ain't never seen Michael Phelps breaststroke in shallow water. Like, I never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see people who swim in the Olympics, they can do all them crazy swimming because the water have to be deep enough.
Yep.
The water has to be deep enough. I remember years ago, Pastor Jeff said something on the lines of, you have to dig the ditches of you have to dig your ditch of offense wider and deeper because people are going to offend you.
Yes.
Your mate is going to offend you. If you have bros, they're going to do something most times by default.
Right.
That's going to offend you. It could be with me. Why you didn't share the post, bro? Like, it's like after a while, it get offensive. And after a while, hold on, he just not gonna, he just not gonna do it. I'm gonna start getting offensive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it could be depending on your relationship with your people. it's gonna rub them the wrong way. I know with me, y'all be like, you be tripping. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, depending on who it is and what's going on, it's gonna rub them the wrong way.
Mhm.
So you have to dig your ditch. You
Mhm.
you cannot put on display how graceful you can swim if you in shallow water.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot.
Mhm.
Like Michael Phelps, they cannot show how fast and their technique because you don't have the room to show your technique. You don't have the room
Right.
to show what you can do. You don't have the room to do none of that because the water
the
is too
depth.
shallow.
Mhm.
So guess what? It's opportunity. The bigger the ditch of offense, the more patience you can get.
Mhm.
It's like all that stuff that you can acquire when those times of you being tried come. That's why I remember someone told me they was like, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. If you look, she said, if you're gonna pray for me, don't pray for patience. Because every time I pray for patience, some more crazy junk happen. Well, too late, because I was praying because I was praying last night.
Well, you can't have patience if no crazy junk happens. So you
Right.
getting exactly what you're paying for. I've been praying
Exactly.
for.
Exactly. You know
And what you need, because this is what need to be worked on.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Like you can't learn how to swim. Like the
But I
more
get in the water.
the more you learn how to swim, the deeper the water.
Mhm.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can even look at that, at the end of the day, can you really swim? That's how you can tell you can swim.
Yep.
Mhm.
When you get out of the shallow water.
Yep.
Because when we learn how to swim, yes, we was in shallow water because you're in the beginning stages.
Right.
So that way, if you panic, all you got to do is stand up.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna do the little. You're gonna kick your feet. You're gonna swing your arms. You're gonna float. You're gonna do the little minor stuff. And now once you progress, okay, go out there to the 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand up in the 5 feet. Not as tall as I was. I can't. So you gonna sink or swim. And if you start sinking, then they there to catch you.
Yeah.
So but at the end of the day, like the thing that you're asking for is gonna come. The very thing that you're asking for is gonna be the very thing that's gonna be entered into your life in order for you to grow.
Yeah.
And guess when you look crazy? The little kid who can't swim, they never look crazy. Could they expect that?
Mm-hmm.
The one who look crazy is the grown person who can't swim. You right there flopping. Like, yeah,
Stand up.
You 40 years old. You can't swim. Stand up. You
Really
can't swim.
into 5 feet.
You can't swim. No, and I can't swim. Right? So that's what I'm saying. So if you attach that what I just said to something that's tangible, when you are young and you react a certain type of way, when you mishandle your emotions, you respect that. But when you 35 years old and something happened and you flipping out and you can't handle your emotions, you look crazy.
Right. Right, bro. It's
real.
like you look at like even with certain situations, bro. I watch even like just watch some games Saturday. It's like you didn't even have to do that.
Yeah.
Like why you had him, you had him, you had her, and you didn't even have to do that. Now you cost your team a penalty. And I watched the kid, and I keep telling our guard, I said, like, man, yeah. I say, listen, I don't understand why y'all do this. I said, y'all will make a crossover move, and you'll cross over this way, and your dude is you left your dude right there. Like, he, like, go. And you cross over right back into him. Like, what you doing?
I don't know.
Go downhill, man. The goal is that way. And you sitting back here just playing with the ball. And that's what we do. We play with our life. We just going back and forth, and the opportunity come, and you got it, and offense comes, and you cross over right back into it. You gotta learn how to sit back, and that's one thing. The older I get, bro, I promise you, man, it's like, okay, I can't react the way I used to react.
Yeah.
I can't. Let me sit back. Maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe they was going through something. Maybe I don't know. Just like I've learned like some kids in some of my classes, man. Some of these guys working grown people hours.
Yeah.
You fussing at the kid because they sleeping in your class. Did you check or see what's going on with the kid? Man, I find some of these kids working grown. And I've heard ET say it, but they actually experience it. And we know it exists, but it's different when you come into contact with what you're experiencing. And so it's like, man, I just got off this morning. You in class? I commend you, dog. Let me help you get through this. You know what I'm saying? It's like even with the question, like I was talking about empathy and how understanding other people's views and viewpoints without actually getting into a quote unquote argument or disagreement where it blows up. You know, that requires maturity and growth, because when you can sit there and dialogue, because you have to understand where they came from. If you can't understand where they came from, then you're gonna sit there and argue with that person for no reason.
That empathy,
because to them it is a 9.
Empathy, because you know what I'm saying, because we just went through this the other day in our course. Empathy is just like a portion of, and it's a big portion of emotional intelligence. It's a big portion of it, and cultural awareness is too. Like even though we all know how to communicate with each other, but you are different from you. So I have to know how to communicate with you, and I have to know how to communicate with you. But I can communicate with both of y'all at the same time. But depending on different things, y'all move different.
Right.
Y'all temperament is different. Y'all style is different. But y'all be on the same thing at the same time. If you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So just that diverse and that cultural awareness. Okay, how do I need to speak to Dub? When do I need to text? I can't text Mike at a certain time. I call him. He got a wife. It's a no-go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't. Dub, he worked crazy hours. Certain time when Dub answered the phone like this right here, what's up, big dog? Okay, I'll call you back.
And a lot of times I'm like, nah, bro, what's up?
My bad.
I
be forgetting his hours, so I just call.
Well,
he'll see it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And honestly, it's not even about forgetting hours because of working, because of where we're at now. So it's like my schedule's all over the place. I'm structured, but it's all over the place. So it's just like, oh, you work today? Yeah. And I'm like, bro, oh, my bad.
Yeah. Like,
hey, bro, I'm at work. What's up?
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Then if he'll let me know, or he'll be like, hey, just call me whenever you get off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He'll just leave it at that. And I call him on my way home.
He wanted people, bro, to where like he one of the first people who I met who had a real open door policy. It's open door. Now, depending on when you walk in that door, how he responds to you, it'll let you know if you're paying attention or how long that the door gonna be open. How long you need to be in that door. You know what I'm saying?
And ain't gonna be revolving, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, it ain't be revolving, but
if you acting crazy.
Yeah, so he one of the first person people who I met who had a real open door policy. And then if he's busy, he would, not everybody do this, but he do it. Hey, bro, I'm busy. I'm gonna call you back. Hey, bro, I'm doing such and such. I hit you back. I'm just gonna lie. Sometimes I'm busy. I'll call him back later.
I've done that too.
I do it too.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
If people like, yo, you mentally checked out, and you just like, yeah, I'm tired, big dog. I promise I'll hit you back.
Be talking to the phone. I'll call you back. Be the answer to call you there. I'll call you back, bro.
But you know, it's real talk though. Something that's kind of funny though. I've had to like check myself when I'm trying to get in contact with somebody and they don't pick up. But I see the green light on Facebook.
Oh man, that's
I like, wait a minute, because
and they be done just post it. I was like, oh heck no.
Yeah. And then sometimes too, then you have to think about, because like I've done it. Like I don't log out. And my phone could be sitting on the table. I'm actually not on Facebook.
Yep.
I'm actually watching TV right now, or I'm on my laptop. You know, I just so happen to be, my phone just happened to be open, and I'm still on Facebook.
Now, but some people
but some people do that though.
They do.
They do that. I ain't gonna lie. That no cap.
I feel like a disrespectful if you don't pick my phone up. And the next 3 minutes you make a post and it's long. How long? So you You was writing your message longer than the phone was ringing.
Look, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, boy,
I'm gonna take it another step further. Then they respond to you on the post that they just posted, but didn't even pick your phone call.
like, hey, bro, hey,
Even text.
I'm gonna call you later on, bro. Why ain't just pick the phone up, bro? Let's jump be crazy.
And this is pre-scheduled post, so this is when that wasn't even a thing. We're like, we know you all now.
Oh man, well yeah, man. Check this out. This is powerful right here though. As y'all talking, looking at this, man, it's like, as we kind of like just wind the segment down a little bit. If y'all got something, we can chime this here a little bit. We got a little time, so but here's the thing. What you got to understand, Blueprint Nation, is that when it comes to offensive interference, right? Penalties don't end the game in most cases.
Right.
So here's where you have the opportunity to turn your penalties into power. So how you respond, how you make the adjustment is going to determine how if you win the game. Now it's going to be real interesting to see what happens this week, because you got two teams in the playoffs, and I mean that went through the playoffs and made it to the Super Bowl. And I ain't watch a whole lot of football this year, but I'm like, when did the Patriots get back on top? And where did Seattle come from?
But I haven't watched nan game this year.
I haven't watched. I haven't watched a whole lot of because my schedule is crazy. So and then it's like the way they got it now is like mostly all the football games are on subscribed channels. So it's like if I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. But you're looking at and a lot of surprise teams, kind of surprised you this year. So why did I bring it up? Be somebody surprised in 2026.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't expect you to be where you at. You know what I'm saying? And Pat, I always remember one of these pastors preached this message when we was at our last building. And man, that jump was so powerful, bro. And he started out the message like slow, and then he kind of built it up. And it was based on an article that he read, and I forgot what scripture he came from, but he was talking about how people are looking for you to be in a certain spot where you used to be, but you're no longer there.
Right.
And they keep looking at you in that same spot, but you ain't there no more. And he was saying it was an article written about these extinct monkeys. And it read, "Extinct monkeys found." And I was like, And then he began to see that they was never extinct. They was just never in the spot where you thought they would be, because you kept looking in the spot where they used to be. And so people are going to be looking at you in the spot where you used to be, but you're going to be moved to another place. So you got to remember that. So whenever you get to a place where you feel offended, you know what I'm saying, you gotta remember where you're going. You got to remember that the game is still going. You got to remember, all right, you done already had a one pass offensive pass interference. You don't want to get another one. The flag was pulled. They caught you. You extended your arm a little bit too much beyond the brink, so they caught you. At the end of the day. So, but it's like you got to remember where you at. People are looking for you where you're not. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep moving. So 2026, like if you really trying to be that dude, you really trying to be that gal, you got to position yourself in a place to where you're not going to keep moving backwards because you keep getting offended. Your baby daddy keep offending you. Your baby mama keep offending you. You know what I'm saying? Your relationship keep offending you. At some point, you're going to have to grow up and make the adjustment and figure out how to move in the midst of the offense. Because what happens when you get offended and the ref don't throw the flag? That happens a lot of times. Penalties come throughout the game. The ref don't throw the flag. The ref don't see it, or the ref cheating, whatever it may be. So it's like you still got to figure out how to maneuver with everything that's going on in your life. And man, it's like watching these. It's just crazy to see what God got me at. Me personally, well, I'm just kind of looking at things every day, man. Especially being in that classroom with these kids, and just like it's like. It's crazy because, like I was talking with my homeboy in Alabama, God shifted him. He's still doing the speaking thing just like me, but God shifted him from one place to another. And now he's running this basically like a community development for youth in his area. And the community is loving him. He's making impact. money's coming in, he raising, so it's like that's what he's supposed to be, but he didn't want to do that. God got me in the classroom. I ain't want to do that. But but I'm actually enjoying the process. But what I'm doing is I'm engaging the growth of myself and my environment. And then how God is like, your name is ringing in places where you never even would have thought because of the impact that you're making. And so it's like, don't look at the door in 2026 and close it because it don't look like what you want it to look like. So that's one thing I'm realizing, bro. Like with people within my circle, man, it's like some of these guys, it look like we're going backwards, but we're not. We're actually right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's just a part in your journey. And so, don't get offended when you think you should be further along than where you are. At the end of the day, you just got to make the adjustment, keep moving forward. Like I told the kids, that ain't pass the test. I say, first of all, you got to change your approach. For real. You got to change your belief system. And I say, man, y'all, I want y'all to hear me, man. I say, worst case scenario, you don't pass. But at the end of the day, if you put your best foot forward, then that's all you can ask for. I say that just like if we lost the game. I don't mind. I hate losing. But if you gave us everything you got, I can't get mad at that. They were just better. They were just better that night. Or better, period. You know what I'm saying? But when you know you ain't do your best, and you played around, you ain't pay attention, you didn't study the plays, you went left when you should have went right, they got a right to be mad at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, man, here it is. You don't need a new playbook. You just need to start blocking your own play.
For real.
There you have it.
Yes, Lord.
You don't need another offensive coordinator. You just need to run the play that's been given to you.
Yeah.
It's crazy how when you get to the pro level, and we'll get ready to close out.
Yeah.
Pastor he put this in his message. It was good Sunday. He was like when you get to the pro level, a half an inch step in the wrong direction can open up a 6-foot gap. And the enemy can come through and get you. A half an inch step in the wrong direction can open up a 6-foot channel for the enemy to come and get you.
God.
That's true. Because when you go to the league, it's about schematics and measures. If you're supposed to be, when that ball hike, if you're supposed to be here in 3.4 seconds and you get there in 3.5, the play already blowed up. The game is just that fast. It's crazy, bro. The dynamics of pro sports is crazy, and there's so much life you can get out of it. It is crazy. The dynamics of it, just them little small steps that you miss can open up a wide gap, and boom, the whole play is blown up. So what am I saying? It's like, ain't nobody asking you to be perfect, but get to a point in your life, get to a point in your career, get to a point in your relationship where you pay attention to the details. Yeah. When your spouse says they don't like a certain thing, they don't like it because they don't like it. Maybe something you want to do, you might have to shift it. You know what I'm saying? It's just to bring peace into the house. It's just like, what are you going to do to change, the things that need to be done for you in 2026? What adjustment that need to be made? It's like, that's a call to action now. It's like, it sounds redundant, but it's like when you check, it's like so many things go unchecked. So many things go unchecked, man. That's what I told the kids today, bro. I say, man, listen, y'all. I say, sometimes there's an old saying, in order to get what you never had, you got to do what you never done.
And don't get mad when the people around you don't understand your point of view. That you know what? I was talking to Grove, and we was having it wasn't a debate, but we was having it was a real conversation.
Yeah.
So it was a little touchy, you know what I mean? So I'm talking to Grove, and she just wasn't. She spoke her piece, right? And I spoke my piece, you know what I mean? And then, but I was embracing her peace. I was able to analyze and chef up and feed her what she was saying, frontwards and backwards.
Right.
But she was not just, she wasn't grasping what I was.
Mm-hmm.
So in that moment, in real time, I had to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be like, it's either I'm going to allow her not being to understand me,
Mm-hmm.
allow that to offend me, or I'm going to be okay with her not being able to understand me at the moment.
Mm.
Can you be okay with someone not being able to understand you? And can you still love them the same way?
Right.
That's true.
That's what's gonna have to take in order for you to keep being. What he's talking about, Blueprint Nation, is keep being progressive at all costs.
Right. Right.
Just because they don't
Right.
understand you does not mean you to be soaking up on, you don't understand me. What? That is too much. That I told Grove, I say it is too much pressure for me to put on you for you to understand everything about me. You are not God. That is not your job.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Thanks.
That's not your family's job to understand your every thought, your every emotion. That's not your homeboy's job to understand your every move. It's not. So don't put that type of pressure on them. You may have to be okay with your homies not understanding what you're doing. You may have to be okay with that. And you have to still love them and keep trucking forward.
That part.
And we gonna end out on that note. That was good. That was a good closeout right there.
For real.
That was a good closeout right there. Well, Blueprint Nation, we gonna get out y'all high, man. We gonna leave it like that. Alexander said, a mouthful, man. Hey, hit 2026 head on, man. Y'all know how we like to get up out of here. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.